Mari and Ken are high school students, and Jan is a student from German who is studying at their school. One day after school, they are talking in their homeroom. Did you enjoy watching your favorite TV program last night? No, I didn't. Actually, the program was not shown. Instead, a program about an election was shown. That's right. An election is coming up soon. Yes, so I couldn't watch my program. I'm sorry to hear that, Ken, but I hear it's going to be an important election. Really? I'm too young to understand elections. Do you think so? The law was changed a few years ago, and now you can vote at 18. Some of us will have a chance to vote while we are still in high school. Don't you want to vote? No, not really. I don't think we should be able to vote so young. You don't? In my country, we can also vote after we turn 18. I don't understand why you aren't interested in voting. Just then, Mr. Oka, their homeroom teacher, comes into the classroom. Oh, so you are still here. What are you doing? We are talking about voting, Mr. Oka. Ken thinks we are still too young to vote when we are 18. We are still in high school and don't know much about the real world around us. Do you have to know a lot about the world before you should be able to vote? Of course, don't you think so? Wait a minute. In Japan, the lowest age for voting was 20 until a few years ago. Why don't we think about why the law was changed? Yes, according to the newspaper I read, the change had to do with our aging society. What do you mean? If many old people vote and young people don't, the voices of young people will not be heard. Then I'm afraid better for your young people. You are right. As I said, we can vote when we turn 18 in Germany. In many other developed countries, such as Australia, the UK, and France, the age is also 18. Looks like we've just caught up. In Germany, you can also run for an election when you are 18. I think that is also true in the UK and France. Really? But as I said before, I still think we are too young. Without experience in the real world, our thinking may be wrong. I understand what you mean. But is it a bad thing for young people to be interested in politics? I think we should become interested in politics only when we have enough knowledge and experience. Though my parents are interested in politics themselves, they say that studying should be at the center of my school life. I don't think you or your parents are wrong, but I think it is important even for young people like us to be interested in politics and other social issues to try to make our society better. My parents are not like yours, Ken. They say it's important to be interested in politics, even though I'm still a high school student. We talk about politics at dinner, and I like reading news about the elections and politics. The other day, I was reading a newspaper and learned how much young people were interested in politics in different countries of the world. Well, the percentage of young people who were very interested in politics was about 23% for Germany and 22% for the US. I'm sad the number was not high, but it was even lower for Japan, about 10%. Really? Yes, and why more than 50% of young Germans believed they could change their society. Only a little over 30% of young Japanese thought so. I think I know why. We don't know the real world, so we think adults should take part in politics and try to make a better society. We do not have as much experience as adults, and our thinking may be wrong. But even as young people, we know about some of the problems in our society, and we need to tell people about them and try to improve the situation. And I think voting is very important for that purpose. I feel the same way. If there is a problem, we should do something about it. Very true. If you are not interested at all and do nothing, you cannot improve anything. You will lose a chance to make a better society. I think I'm beginning to understand your point. Good. Actually, there are a lot of things we should think about. But there are still some things we can improve. You know, we have a baseball stadium and a rugby field near our school, as well as the national stadium. Now, the streets around our school are not wide enough, and on weekends, they are very crowded with people going to baseball and rugby games. We can make the situation better by making the streets wider or by making sidewalks. When you think about more and more people from abroad coming here, we should also do something to give them more information. We can put up more signs in different languages, for example. I think the Tokyo metropolitan government will take care of these things, right? Right. But they may not know about the problems if we don't tell them. We should express our opinion to the metropolitan government. And I believe one of the ways to do that is to vote in an election for a person who supports such opinions. Now, can you think of anything you want the Japanese government to do? You use too many of the free plastic bags that the stores give you. That's surprising to me. You are right, Jan, but plastic bags are really convenient. Ken, you should use your own bag and reduce plastic waste. You need to know that plastic waste is creating serious problems in the environment all over the world. For example, a study has shown that between 5 million and 13 million tons of plastic waste goes into the ocean every year. Yes, I've heard about that. The ocean is polluted by plastic waste, and some kinds of sea animals become sick or die because they eat it by mistake. Well, something has to be done to reduce this plastic waste. Maybe there should be a new law that stops stores from giving people free plastic bags. Very important point. Again, you can and should express your opinion to the government. I think I'm beginning to become interested in voting and taking part in politics. That's good.